Alright guys, we're going to go over the install of the TNT pouch in the Dangler format. To do this, you're going to want to lay your pouch flat and make sure you don't have any tubular nylon in it. It's just going to make your life a lot easier. Here we're going to be using it as a dangler on the back of this Cry AVS. So you need to inspect the plate carrier you're using and whether they have hook on this side or loop on this side. In this case, it is loop, which means the hook side of the TNT pouch is going to go facing this way. Now, the easiest way that we found with plate carriers is to actually match it up with the other side of the panel. So in this case, I'm going to just center up my pouch here, and I'm going to adhere to the plate carriers. From there, I'm going to simply tuck this in and install it the same way I did the actual SAPI plate. I'd recommend smoothing down from one end to the other. From there, give it a test to make sure it's in there properly, and you now have your TNT pouch installed as a dangler. At this point, you can go ahead and put in tubular nylon or whatever else you're planning on carrying in it. Alright guys, we're going to go over the install of the TNT pouch using MOLLE with the two included MALICE clips. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and take your hook loop side that's set for a dangler and fold it over like so. So now you have your pouch configured in a tube format. You're now going to want to decide whether you want this loop field to be facing on the outside or the inside. It doesn't really matter, but if you want it facing on the outside, your pouch is going to be oriented this way. If you want it facing on the inside, pouch is going to be oriented this way. So, simple choice you got to make. What we're going to do is orient it where the loop is facing the inside of this plate carrier. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it back, and we're going to prep our MALICE clips. So with a MALICE clip, you're going to go ahead and start from bottom to top and threading it through. You're going to pull all the way to the closure point, and then the middle of your MALICE clip, where there's a joint right here, this is where it's going to fold over, be mollied back through. We'll show that in a second. You're going to pre-stage your second MALICE clip in the same way. Again, pull the closure all the way through, make sure it can fold over and doesn't bunch up. Once you've done that, the pouch is now ready to be mollied on. So to do so, we're going to start and weave our MALICE clip just like we would mollying anything else on. If you are not familiar with a MALICE clip, the end snaps in, and you should actually hear an audible click, and then it should not come out. You're going to do the second one just like that. We're showing you here on a Cry JPC with the cummerbund on the exterior. There's a bunch of material here, kind of a challenging environment, but just showing you that it still works just fine. Threading through and running MOLLE the same way we always would. And again at the end, it's going to go ahead and clip into our MALICE clip closure with an audible snap. At this point, the pouch has been successfully mollied on, and then you can go ahead and put whatever you're going to put in here, whether tubular nylon, strip charges, or otherwise. Of note for you guys, a MALICE clip, when it snaps in, you get that click noise. If you ever need to take a MALICE clip out, what you want to do is take a pair of pliers, a Gerber, a flathead, and you're basically going to go ahead and push this tab up here, which is how you're going to take it out. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So here's taking a simple flathead. I'm going to fold this tab up and then simply pull out the remainder, and now I can reuse this MALICE clip. That is how you use MALICE clips, and that's how you attach the TNT pouch via MOLLE. Alright guys, we're going to go over the third and final way to attach the TNT pouch, and that's using this MOLLE column, but not with MOLLE. It's using zip ties to attach. First thing you're going to do is make sure there's nothing inside your TNT pouch. This will make it a lot easier. And then you're going to go ahead and fold over your hook loop dangler piece so that your pouch is now set up like a tube. In my case, I want to have this loop field facing into the plate carrier, so it's going to go here. This is a Spiritus Systems LV119, and it's got one more sort of piece of MOLLE up here, another loop here. These aren't designed to be MOLLEd onto, but they create good attachment points. And because the TNT pouch is designed to be the length of a typical back panel, it'll fit on perfectly here and allow me to carry tubular nylon, strip charges, signal panels, etc. The type of zip ties you use is up to you. In this case, going to use 4 of these medium or so zip ties. I've found that if you use a really thick zip tie, of course it's strong, but it's hard to get it as tight as you would like it. So doubling up on medium-sized zip ties is really your best bet. Incidentally, using zip ties to attach pouches is, for some reason, kind of a controversial subject on the internet. That said, we're big advocates of using zip ties. They're strong, they're cheap, and robust. A lot of times we'll actually use zip ties to reinforce MOLLEd on pouches to get better adherence. So if you've never considered this, or you have a mounting challenge that you can't solve with traditional MOLLE, check out using zip ties. It's super cheap and very effective. All I'm going to do is double up my zip ties and run them through my first attachment point right here. I'm then going to take the top of the MOLLE column on the TNT pouch, and I'm going to thread my zip ties. Once I have it oriented correctly, I'm just going to cinch this down. And now we've got our top connected. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, just simply running through that strap that I showed you earlier. I'm going to run through this last MOLLE row. Thread my zip ties and cinch them down. Once this is done, take a pair of scissors. Carefully, so you don't damage anything, snip off your excess. Do this on the top. You now have the pouch secured to the side. Of course, if you had additional attachment points down the side of your back panel or whatever you're attaching to, we would recommend using more zip ties, but this is very secure. This is how I've been running my TNT pouch, and it doesn't go anywhere. So again, consider using zip ties for scenarios where it's difficult to figure out how to attach a pouch, including the TNT pouch. This will give you a lot of versatility and allow you to run it in conjunction with a back panel if you don't want to use it in dangler mode. If you have any questions about how to mount the TNT pouch, please leave a comment down below. We'd be happy to answer it. As always, you can reach out to us on our website or hit us up on social media. We're curious to see all the different setups that you guys do and how you use the TNT pouch. So make sure you send us pictures and tag us. Thank you guys for the support. We appreciate y'all.